Hello and welcome to another Metanti Conan Case Closed Detective Conan reaction stream. Today we're gonna watch episode 659 to 674, which is gonna cover. Let me open the list from Merchants, and as always, Merchants, thank you. We're gonna cover the co-investigating with the first love case, the Wedding Eve case, and then the Detective Nocturne case. So 8 episodes today. A meaty stream, I would say. We are advancing, and obviously I'd kind of spoiled myself last time, kind of, I guess, simply because the name is Bourbon for the last episode, so maybe we're finally getting some Black Organization info. My fan just stopped. It's not working well, and this isn't good because I'm dying. Okay, I'll fix it during the opening or something. But yeah, that's what we're watching today. Last week we watched a good amount of episode plus the movie, so movie 15. That was fun. By the way, when is the next movie? Oh, very soon actually. Damn. We've watched 14, 15, 16, very close, yeah? Okay, I mean, no complaint from me. Okay, my fan restarted on its own. I have a fan which is a cheap one that you buy at the store, you know, like the cheap, classic type. And I think I've had it for like just a couple of years, and you know, I treat it right. I mean, I just put it down and turn it on, that's it. But yeah, this time around, like this summer that just started, I took it out and, you know, it doesn't work right, so I had to like open the phone cover, and sometimes like to start it, I literally have to like manually kind of like, you know, try to rotate the thing really fast myself to give it the boost it needs to start. I don't know what the problem is. I might have to Google it, but I'm not like, you know, a very handy person with my hands in terms of like DIY repairs, you know. But yeah, anyway, so we're watching some Conan, as well as timer reaction, so you need to bring your copy of the episode to watch alongside me. Mine starts right away with the episode. My episode 659, for example, is 24 minutes and 12 seconds. I'll do a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. On go, you press play, I press play. I'm just talking and I'm out of breath. It is so hot. And it's only starting, I mean, in like 2 or 3 hours it's gonna be worse. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I don't think there's too much more to say. As always, thank you to any of you who still watch this Conan reaction, right? I'm still having fun with it, you know. I always tell you guys, right? Don't take all my complaining to heart. If I didn't enjoy it anymore, like, trust me, I would stop. As I said many times before, like, these days I'm really not in the business of forcing myself to watch stuff. Like, I really drop stuff very easily, you know. But at this point, you know, it's like, I'm invested, right? I mean, we've watched like 300 something episodes. Maybe a bit less. It's hard to count since I skipped the fillers, right? So, you know, let's continue. Let's watch it. 6:59 now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, kaiju movie, Godzilla, or something. Whoa. Not the coolest breast animation. What's Gomera? It really doesn't look like Gamera. It looks more like Godzilla. I haven't we had like 3 cases like this where they say this is the final movie? License plate. Oh. That's cool. That's when you're drunk and you're trying to put the key in. The man cannot leave anything alone, no? Oh, there was a Gundam. Chinês. Quoi? Bro, when I had a car, if Conan saw it, he would definitely think I killed someone. I mean, it wasn't that bad. But some of the scratches were probably pretty sassy, yeah? On the front right, one time I just scratched the wall, and then on the side right, I scratched the door too. Very sassy. So now may tenter Conan. Also, I had some good info from merchants, stuff about, last time I was talking about, really cool to see Yamaguchi get more involved in the movie and even potentially do like more of the movie himself. And I was told that, yeah, he does get involved to an extent. He gives some ideas that the writer of the movies incorporate and stuff like that. And as time goes on, he gets more involved with them. I guess maybe never to the point of fully writing the movie or something, but it's still good to know. It's still good to know. Yeah. Also, I always make the joke of, he hates relationship because of his failed marriage with the voice actress of Conan, right? And you did clarify that they still have a good relationship and all that, and it's more just the will they won't they that Japanese people really like. And it's not just Japanese people, I mean, I think in the world, like, if you go to TV, which I haven't watched in like over 10 years, and you check out most of the long-running dramas, they just do that, right? Long will they, won't they? It's less about people liking it too much, I feel like. It's more because it just works, right? You can make the show longer and yeah, it works. I guess it's not a great thing when the show is only about romance, right? In Conan it's fine because it's not the main focus. First love, joint investigation. Oh, this dude. Shiba. Is that being a maniac? I mean, I get it. But I say get your shit stolen. Just tagging. You got any problem with this? It's great. It's cool. Fight me. Oh yeah. I forgot about that's right. Okay, okay. Reveal yourself. How long are we gonna drag that? Bye, yeah. Oh yes, yes. just spoil everything so we can speedrun this. Too busy being a cop, yeah. I guess. It's just someone who's jealous. Like, okay, Imitasha. That's nice. Mao JK48. Itasha. Uh-huh. Just someone who's jealous, I mean, you know, this is ultra expensive, like, getting an Itasha, getting all those figures. With all this stuff. He needs a card for all this. I mean, when is she getting a romance? Karen? Okay, I guess she's right. Still a Karen. obvious bad guy, so he's not gonna be the culprit. I've been playing Forza Horizon 6, super fun. It's not gonna be that smooth, as someone will die as always. I mean, probably not. But now it doesn't seem just otaku focused. You know, that the years that I've driven, I've actually never been in like a underground parking lot like this. So cute, the little cop car. I mean, I've never had my key in the car myself. Among Us, as always, obviously. Could be a story you made up, huh? Uh-huh. Guys. Of course, we're not revealing this realm. It will take a while, I mean. My subtitles translated otaku to freakish. Wow. Wow. It is probably not that simple. Every time, like, you're accused of, like, a crime, but... Okay. They're all, like, so busy wanting to do something else. It's just a spoiler. You can't tell me a spoiler is legal. Is it? Wow. yeah, okay. I thought she was gonna get run over by a car or something, but no, it's just... Okay. Is this enough to recognize her? I feel like it's not going to be. They're just playing us. Like, after a scene or beginning of next episode, it doesn't actually recognize her. Okay, good stuff. Interesting setup at least. Yeah. I mean, I am an otaku, I am a weeb if you want, right? I think there's no denying that. Even though I don't really like those appellations, I don't know, maybe it's because they have a bit of stigma or something, or people might think of like a certain specific type, because for me, again, like, you know, obviously otaku can mean a lot of things, right? You can be an anime otaku, but also like a train otaku or something. You know, I've always just called myself like a fan of things, like anime fan, manga fan, you know. And I guess it's kind of an equivalent, but not for everybody. Like some people think of this term as something else, right? I mean, I don't really mind. You can call me what you want, right? But yeah, all that to say that, yeah, when I'm really into all this stuff, I don't think I'd get any Tasha. They can be cool, but yeah, I don't think I'd go that far. I still, sorry, my fan is making weird noise. I still prefer to kind of be like, not standing out when, you know, you're outside. Normal looking car, blending in, you know. Same thing with like, you know, when you buy like expensive otaku stuff, I don't feel like you want it like so obvious in your car, right? Feels like a good way to invite safe. Like whenever I would go to garage sale and buy a bunch of like mangas and DVDs, yeah, I would like have them in bags or something, and I had like a blanket in the back of my back seat that I would often put over, you know, which could in some way to like an experience safe seem more sus, right? It's deciding something expensive, but yeah, I don't know. Like Itasha are cool, but yeah, I think because of shyness I wouldn't go for it. Yeah. Anyway, 16, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Among Us opening. It is always Among Us. I wonder if like anyone in Japan got inspired to be a cop or a detective from watching Conan. There has to be, right? But I wonder if anyone was successful by it, right? Yeah. It's a good question. Like you're funny about, you know, this big athlete, like this big footballer got inspired by Captain Tsubasa, or, you know, this boxer got inspired by something like, I don't know, Dragon Ball or Hajime no Ippo, right? But you don't hear about stuff like this, you know, like, yeah. Anyone got inspired to be a cop or a detective by Detective Conan? Maybe. Maybe. Miss Mystery. It's so wet. I just want to jump into a cold river. They really haven't changed this opening in a while, huh? I like it, but, you know, it feels longer than other opening. Cohen. As if people wouldn't fake that. There's no way a spoiler like fails this safety check. It's just a spoiler. The law in Japan is that all spoilers must not be wider than the car's rear and must be bolted in a car trunk. Which looks fine to me. Then I've said it, but since there is some change in Conan, the recap part is long as hell. I mean, the intro, the opening, and then the recap, and it's like 6 minutes. I guess Conan has become like a modern, long-running anime. I mean, still not as bad as One Piece, but man. You won't recognize how. That'd be too easy. Yeah, now you're the lonely one. Megure has a loving wife. I don't really ship anyone with Yumi. I mean, like, does she have chemistry with anybody that we've seen? I don't know. I do like her, but she doesn't do much. I have no clue. I guess we're meandering quite a bit, yeah. She has a different goal now. I mean, what did you tell her? What did you expect? I'm sure we can sort things here. Okay, okay. Damn. Okay. That is pretty messed up. Instantly. Even with light, still an absolutely dark figure. Oh, that's the common thing. Yeah. So someone who's really mad at people who can't see behind them. And I'm sure they have a tragic reason for that. Like someone backed up over their child or something. It's the old man. No, it's the old lady. Nigirundayo. I don't think you need that many cups. Talk about overkill. Understandable though. I mean, she went too far, but you know. From what she said, what she reacted to at the beginning, you know, like It's just a sad case, but it's a really good point. I mean, it is one of the safety things that people really don't take seriously. Being able to see behind you. And I mean, I've done it myself a few times, like when I moved from the south to the north of France. I mean, I had so much shit in my car I couldn't see in the rear view. I can only see the side view. He's not gonna get it. I don't believe you. Or maybe they will, but it doesn't mean the relationship will advance much. Okay. Yeah, again, I can't really blame that old lady. I mean, it's understandable of a crash out, considering everything. I mean, I can't be, again, talking like a paragon of virtue. I wasn't ever the safest driver, I guess. You know, many times I transported stuff in my car where I couldn't see behind me. You know, I got a speeding ticket once. I mean, obviously I got lucky that nothing bad ever happened. I thought of me messing up my own car with like scratching it or something, but you know. It's always the kind of thing where like people are always too, you know, you can tell them something many times, you know, if you do this, you might have this bad outcome, but until you experience it yourself, a lot of people, it just doesn't register enough, right? Yeah. No, they're gonna joke. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. But he's suspecting, but of course, it's gonna take a while for him to confront her about it. Of course it can be. You know, like a normal person would say, you remind me of someone. Are you that girl from when we were young? But no, of course the dude is not gonna ask. I'm annoyed, as always. So let's just move on to the next one before I start crashing out about it, as I always do. Otherwise, nice case, and again, pretty good subject matter as well. I mean, yeah, pretty good subject matter, but same thing, you know, like, the solution would have been to go to these people and be like, this is a stupidly dangerous thing to do. Or maybe call the cops. I mean, I guess they said, you know, there's not really a law, but come on. The cops could say this is dangerous, don't do that. I don't know. There was obviously a better way to handle it, but I understand why she was emotional and not thinking. So next episode, we're jumping to, oh yeah, no, not 61, 67 actually. We're jumping quite a bit ahead. No? Wait, let me just make sure in the episode list. Yeah, wedding news. That's what we're watching. So 667. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Marriage. Daddy. Have we seen this guy before? Maybe. We've seen some of his schoolmates. So who's gonna die and who's gonna cheat? I was wondering why the chat wasn't showing up. Yeah, there you go. No spoiler. Bonne nuit song. Metante Conan. Ok. Somehow just started and I'm dying already. Wow, beautiful. Maybe an artist that showed up before in Conan. Natsu Iluf. Yeah, Natsu Iluf is the group. The song is Kimi no Namida ni Kona ni Koishiteru. Something about tears and love. Who is this? Oh, Sada. There's a new guy. Who is Kid standing like the main villain? Okay. It's alright. It's a pretty alright opening. Now I'm gonna miss the last one. Wedding Eve. Then Who is this guy? He just said Bourbon. But he looks like a good guy. He doesn't look like a bad guy. What is going on? So yeah, this confirmed. I was gonna say earlier, like, when he said, don't cheat on me, she said it in a joking way, right? But he seemed serious. So yeah, he's that kind of guy. He's kind of an asshole. Miku! I had to do it. That is crazy designed. Oh, is hij detective too? Todo amuro. Oké. Een nieuwe detective uit Van Damme. Alright. I did not guess either, yeah. But there's no way it's just a detective. There has to be more to him. If we're introducing like a new main detective this late, I mean, there has to be more to him. Spray can. That's why you need to keep your car clean. I mean, it could be an act to be drunk and making such a scene, you know? Like an alibi. I guess, yeah. D'arriver, not a good puncher, huh? Or this guy knows martial art or something. So das nicht. Interesting. Interesting. Well, maybe less the case. I mean, it's interesting enough, but more the new character, right? Is that right? Just because he's in the opening, so he has to be important, right? Quite a bit. But again, there's no point in just introducing like, oh no, this is some different girl. Who is this? Okay. Was there some girl we don't know about that's in love with Shinji? I mean, I'm sure he was popular, like, I'm sure he had a lot of fangirl and all that, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what to think of this new guy. I mean, he seems competent, probably has some fighting skills, seems like a good detective. That's about it. Kind of like Stella, I mean, we don't really know yet. Who are you? So she liked him since... Well, no, that doesn't make sense, actually. Huh? What? She's there when he's Shinichi, but she's also there when he's Conan. But she's a loli. Okay. Interesting. I am intrigued. What I can say really, yeah, I don't have much more wisdom. It is still your favorite episode. Oh, of all of Conan, like everything. Seriously? Okay, okay. That's a big deal. So yeah, let's just watch the next one. 668 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Time for like 6 minutes of recap, I guess. I could skip, but you don't really do that when you do reaction because it's harder for people to sink in. It's fine if you're using the same version as me and you don't have to do any calculation, right? But if you have to do calculation, then it's kind of a pain when the reactors skip. It especially happens a lot when you watch, like I watch a lot of GP VTuber doing anime reaction, and you know, they tend to have more logo than the version I watch. Like recently, Subaru from Hololive is doing Psychopath, and there's about a 9-10 second difference that I need to account for. And you know, it's easy enough once you figured out the difference, yeah. But then there's some VTuber who skip opening or something, and then you have to like resync, and there's also like versions that have like, you know, like if they're watching the BD version or the TV version, sometimes there's like, you know, some second of difference, some scene difference. It can be a pain to sink in sometimes, yeah. So obviously, like, if I was watching on my own, you know, I would literally skip the first 6 minutes of the Conan episode since it's like opening recap. But with reaction, I guess it's better not to. I get it. It's still a lot, though. It's still a lot. Again, the way the episode used to be structured has kind of changed in the last 100 episodes or so. And I think that's part of why now they have very long recap like this. I mean, it happens with all long running shows, right? The longer they go, the closer they get to the manga. You know, they already do a lot of fillers, but eventually, even in the normal episode, they have to add like filler in a sense of like recap and stuff like that, yeah. That's why I'm really hyped for the One Piece remake by Wit Studio, which might be a fillerless and not stretched out adaptation, right? Where they adapt as many chapters as fits into an episode. Or if Conan would get something like that one day. I mean, from what you guys have told me, it's for the most part not stretched out, so maybe it doesn't need it, I guess. One Piece is not really stretched out early on, but post time skip, it's like I can't even talk about it. Mm. I never paid attention to that. I don't know what that is. 5'3". I think average height in Japan is 155 for women. The average female height in Japan is 158 and 171 for male. And 5'2" is 158. Maybe not good to cops, huh? I always say it, but always is. I mean, if he's acting, he's doing a good job at staying stupid. Huh? So not smart enough to plan this murder. I'm just saying. I mean, they could shake on it. Huh? Also, it's possible she cheats with the detective. I mean, he's a good-looking detective, so you didn't think of that. We are doing this. Sleeping Kogoro in action. Yeah, for the alibi. Oh, that as well. I guess so, yeah. twins. Nani? It's the nose. I should have seen it. I should have seen it. I see. So he was banging his twin, and then he killed his twin. What is going on with this episode? Okay. You're the same. I don't know how DNA works enough. Is twin DNA actually like literally identical? Even despite the fact that it's different gender and clearly different characteristic, I don't know how it works. Too deep for me. Well, I mean, what a twist. Actually something fresh in Conan. We haven't seen something like this before, yeah? Good use of a twin, because usually you can't do twin in mystery because it's cheating in the rules of mystery, right? But in this context it works. Oh, okay. Miku. Okay, it is kind of tragic. I mean, I do feel bad for him. What a twist. Could have been more tragic if he did kill her, I guess. But it's tragic enough. If only she had been an anime fan, she would have seen all the incest relationship and been okay with it, and so she wouldn't have killed herself. That's I see. Actually, fresh twist. We haven't seen something like that yet in Conan, I feel like. a bit more messed up than usual. I guess we're getting used to like a level of messed up in Conan, but yeah, that's really sad. Like I could say she didn't have to kill herself, which is true, but I guess she felt probably many things, like dirty. Also, she still actually loves him, so it's like, what do I do? Like there's nothing to do, so I might as well die. I guess it's a stupid, rash decision, but in the moment when you're overwhelmed with all those feelings, I guess you don't really think. Very tragic, really tragic. Yeah, really tragic. I really should have noticed with the character design, it's not just the nose, it's the eyebrows too, right? But I would not think of it, right? I mean, many characters have a common look, obviously, like, yeah. Who is this girl? I really don't get it. Is this like someone we know? Is this just some kind of representation? This guy didn't really do anything sus, huh? Sensei. Yeah, I mean, except if I missed it, but, they haven't made him very sus so far. Okay, so yet another new character. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's literally just some detective guy and that's it. But probably not. Probably not. Yeah, that was a good case. That was a good case. It would be good if Conan is like goes more into direction with like more messed up case like this. Um, for a fresh concept. But I don't think Conan is like a family friendly show, but it's also like not a brutal show either, right? I mean, sure, it's always dealing with death, but it's pretty light-hearted, right? Um, so I guess it still has limit on the subject matter. So I'm still surprised about this one. Yeah. Okay, that was interesting, if anything. Alright then, I'm dying, I need something to drink. So I'm gonna take a break before I continue. And next we have a 4 episode case. Wait, let me find what number it is. 71. Where is it? Name? 671. Okay, well, coming back in 5 minutes. Man, I'm so, like, the heat is really killing my brain cells too. Like, I can't think fast. I feel so slowed down, it's not just like body-wise, it's brain-wise, yeah. Crazy, you never get used to it, like I've been alive for 27 years, but never get used to the heat. And just, dealing with it. It's more like I survive it. Coming back. Okay, sorry for the wait. I was a bit long, but I am back. I have returned. So yeah, let's get into this arc, which seems to be black organization related, so it makes me actually hype. Maybe we'll find out about Bourbon. I mean, it's been around for a minute, just doing nothing but observing, I guess. As I said, it feels like it's pretty obvious that he should know things by now, and yet he hasn't acted. So like, what's his actual goal? There's a lot of mystery. So 671 of Metante Conan in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The only other model I know is from Gundam. I like the vocals at the beginning, yeah. Sononawa Metante Conan. Kaito. Bourbon. He does make a kind of bad face, Amuro. Also the way he's like shadowing Kogoro is interesting. What is he actually about? Nocturne le détective. Jiken. So he's really just gonna hang out just like that. I mean, he joined the main group like so easy, so fast. Alright then. Because it's so hard, I had the seemingly stupid idea of freezing my milk. I don't know what I did, but... Okay. I should wait for it to unfreeze. Ça, so geil ist nicht. Yoko. True fan. That's one hell of an image. Of course. So he can just code. Dude can do anything. How long is it gonna take him to see that Kogoro is actually an hack? Veisas. Okay. That is pretty obvious. Gunshot. Oh, Jusatsu. Damn. He killed himself while forcing her to watch? That's fucked up. Oh, does she make it look like that? Okay. Of course. Always taking credit. They always say that. $5,000. These days I don't have any coins left. I literally got rid of all of them. I don't have any bills either, just my card. Sad. I mean, I still don't know if I believe her to be innocent. Okay, interesting. Interesting. What is Amuro on about? I mean, we still don't even know what Sera is on about, so it's kind of fast. We still haven't really dealt with like Sera's deal, and now we have this Amuro guy. And what's this girl? Like, again, I feel like this is just some kind of ending visual girl where, you know, maybe the point is just what am I trying to say? The word escaped me. It's only like it's only something for the ending is what I'm trying to say basically. Yeah. I don't know. I think I like the ending a lot more than the opening this time around. I can't see. I don't know what it says. Etogane, something like that. No. Sure. That's pretty obvious, yeah. That's pretty obvious. So let us find out what it is with the next episode, 72. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry, I'm not consistent with count. I don't know why. I get annoyed myself when reactors aren't consistent with count, and I do the same. Well, and let's recap once again. I really wish I could skip this. He's already says of Conan, so he's smart enough. Opening. Ta 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 ta. I really like the visuals of the endless sea of stars. That's a nice way to put it. This early English part feels a little bit like Come Saturn, right? The Evangelion song. Why do their legs look so small here? It's very weird. They look like twigs. Not a bad song, but not my favorite. Nocturne, le détective. Yukai kidnap. Who's getting kidnapped? Good actor, huh? Needs an Oscar for this. What does it smell? Okay. We can just all stand around the bathroom and do a... I've heard the name peak frosting technique. Yep. Is there a reason for that? Okay. Right. You're way too obvious. I want to drink my milk, but it's still frozen, I think. It's in like bits. Not very good. Okay, it's finally liquid. It's funny the way he sits on the seat with his leg, not even dangling. He's so small. But yeah, he's not sleeping. He's like... Oof. So it's a terrifying thought, like dying, being in a suitcase or like a trunk. I hate it. Another one. She's panicking. Although she thinks she has a stage with having Conan. Literally the worst choice. I mean, there's this new guy right here. I guess I thought we forgot about you. Wait, did he react like they know each other or something? Possible, I guess. They're both just pretty close. Okay. Like, is I not said anything to, like, I guess say, like, be fucking careful of this guy. Don't let him in. Like, seriously. We are so careless these days, it's insane. Yeah, bitch. Everything is happening at once. This is like the most fan service we ever get in Conan, I feel like. But aside of the swimsuit episode, I guess. But those are like, they make sense fan service, you know, if you're at the beach you wear a swimsuit, right? It's not like usually we see Ran, you know, in your underwears in a room or something, so for some reason Sela is a fan service character. I ain't complaining. Just kinda surprised. It's a mistake. isn't there? Yeah, when you're way better than him. Damn Ryan. For sure. It looks cool, the glass. It looks like a scooter from Dragon Ball. Judy Carl, kill me. I hate how easy we let Bourbon in, right? Like, there's no carefulness anymore, I've said it before, but compared to early on, and I guess I understand it gets old at some points because, since the plot moves so slow, it gets old too. Maybe 4 AM ago show 2 is right, the carefulness, but man, compared to early on, like, there's so little carefulness about Conan or I keeping their identity. Conan solve case, he doesn't mind when people identify him, he's been on the news, Kogol is on the news all the time. Bourbon, we clearly know he's a very sassy guy. I mean, I don't know how much they think he's a sassy guy. Like, they let him to, I guess, his place and so close. I mean, come on. The level of, like, carefreeness is something now. It's really become something. Where is this all gonna end? But yeah, it did look like Amodo might know Seda. I mean, it just looked that direction when she was mentioned, but why would he? The 3D cars. Stop it. Kill me. I hope before I die, within the next 50 years or something, maybe less, anime, 2D anime have good looking 2D cars that actually blend in. That is my dream in life. And I cannot die before that happens. Yeah, she's not planning to kill him or anything, I think. He's good at fake sleeping. Huh? Okay, well, the plastic ends is all I can say, so let's see what happens. Let us find out with the next episode, 673. In a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. A bit slow maybe. No, it's fine. I really wish things stayed the same as before, with the very short recaps, seriously. And once again, I feel like I'm complaining too much. But again, it seems like inevitability for any shows that go for so much episode, right? And that are not, that have plot like this, I guess. It's the kind of thing where, like, I think back on the day where I was watching anime on TV, right? Not only was that, like if I was watching One Piece, for example, there was a lot of recap, but on top of it, ads and all that. And at the time I wasn't going that insane. I was annoyed with it, but I guess I didn't know better because I hadn't experienced the internet yet. But then eventually you get onto the internet, right? And you can watch anime and literally skip opening, ending, preview, recap, and just get to the meat of things. Sometimes cutting down an episode to by like 10 minutes or something, depending on the anime and how heavy they go on things. Well, the legs so weird. So yeah, it does feel like a lot. But again, if you've never watched One Piece, like later One Piece, it's way worse than this. Like it usually starts with like a 2-minute opening, then you have like a good 5 minutes of recap, and sometimes more than that. And then if that's not enough, the rest of the episode where they're actually adapting the original stuff might have more flashback put in the middle of it, and just flashback of the last episode or something. And rather than do like a quick flashback, they sometimes just put a full scene of like 1 or 2 minutes. It became insane at one point. I mean, it became pretty insane. So you'd be left with sometimes like not even 10 minutes of new stuff in the episode. It was pretty nightmarish. Deduction. Myself, I use a password manager for a couple of years. You've obviously got one master password to log into it, but once you do that, it's like an extension of Firefox that just fills in stuff for me, which is how I kind of like auto-generated like 30-character password for every site. But I don't have to write it or remember it. Ok. Waouh. Interesting. Oh. Yeah, but it's just a pistol. Do people really like damage their hearing with a pistol? It's not that extreme. Right, right. The terrifying little kid. I see. Just like the Punisher. Really? Okay. That's an interesting piece of info. What's the logic though? Like, two family members have more chance of become robber or something? Okay. Yeah. Damn, she's pretty good. Crazy that he figured all this from all these details. I mean, you could say that about everything in Conan, but still, there's still a moment where I'm like, alright then. Mm-hmm. Damn. Wow. Okay. Wow. That was a reaction. Okay. I don't know why they have like see-through garbage bag. I don't know if I would accept it myself. I mean, I guess I would. But I'd be scared of eating some random thing a stranger gave me. Okay. Alright then. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I've only lived in an apartment building for like 3 years, right? And you know, in maybe different places in France, it's something that people do. But here, in this apartment building, I myself, when we moved in, we didn't do that. And I've never had anyone do that, you know, come and say, like, we just moved in, here's a little gift or something. Never really seen that. Not really part of the culture, I guess, around here. Yeah. I don't know. Like, on one side, you don't want to be like an asshole who just refuses a gift and isn't willing to be open to your new neighbor, right? But I really do not know these people. Like, they just give me something, and you know, especially if it's food, like, I'd be very, very sad. I guess if it's like sealed food, which is the smartest move, maybe. Like, if it's sealed, it's fine. But if it's homemade or something, I don't know. I don't know you. I guess it's maybe a good representation of like the climate of today. Because I feel like back in the day, just a couple of decades ago, it was probably a lot more normal and people wouldn't even like question things that much. And obviously 99% of the time you'd be fine, right? Because you would kill them. What does it mean by that? Like, she plans to kill herself when she's finished? Okay. And this has been a pretty damn interesting case. I really like this one. Even though it's still, in the end, so little black organization related. I got tricked again, I mean. But it's interesting, at least. 74. I think the last one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And recap, here we go again. Like seriously, it's a longer freaking recap than the one they do for the movies. Despite what I said earlier about like it's not good to not start at the beginning of the episode for like people to have an easier time sinking in. Now I'm really thinking like if every episode has this much recap at the beginning from now on, and it's always like that, right? There's not a new scene at the beginning. Maybe I should do it. Like as long as I let people know that I'm always starting exactly when the title of the episode appears or something. But this only works if again all the episodes from now on are like have the same structure, right? I don't know. Maybe we'll do another one or two stream, and if it really seems like it's always like the same, you know, it might be a good choice. I mean, because like 5, 6, 7 minutes of recap at the beginning. Like it's way too much. Like if you think about it, it's like if you watch 8 episodes in a stream, you know, and every episode has like 5, 6 minutes of, you know, recap slash opening. Yeah, it really adds up to like 1 to 2 episodes overall. It's a lot of minutes. Though I guess it would be a shame to skip some opening, but I don't know. Nocturne, le détective. Barbon. Not Bourbon. But seriously. This too. They're replaying this much too. Brother. This is insane. But it's gonna be like 10 minutes of opening and recap. Seriously. Maybe it's so people throw the right thing away or something. That's why they have like see-through bags. Maybe. Looks like a real picture about the desk. Eight minutes. It's been 8 minutes. What the fuck is going on? Is it gotten so bad? Again, it's because they're trying to fit the end of this case in this episode, but I guess there's not enough. So they have to like buy time compared to the way Conan used to be done, where like sometimes we would like start one in the middle of the episode and end one in the middle of an episode and continue next time. So there wouldn't be like so much recap. That's how it used to be done, right? For the first 500 or so episode, right? I mean, you guys know, obviously. That's what I thought too. Sure, yeah. Solving the case. Mm. The kind of detail I never think about. I mean, unconsciously you do everything with your dominant hand, because you're used to it. Mm. Classic. Good. Who took it? Well, it's her. Shit. Why is Ice so careless? Like, seriously? What happened to you? Like, it's so out of character. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe she's trying to bait him, since she knows he knows anyway. This car is really cool. I've been playing Forza Horizon 6 and I think I got this car. You can find cars in abandoned like little garage and warehouse, and usually they're like special unique cars, right? I think that one is in the game. Okay, that looks really bad. I hope so. I hope something happens. Okay. Do they know each other? Amuro and Bourbon? I don't know who knows who now. Ne tornare da me. Yeah, bae. She could have been cut to pieces by the glass. C'est la... Bruh. She used the bike no jutsu, like Kamen Rider. Let's go. Everybody is here. So who knows who? Oh, so he knows. Wait, he said they. Does that confirm she's also Black Organization? No, does he mean them? Ah. Wait, I'll have to rewind afterward. I want to see if I misread. I mean, he said Nazeko Koni, which the subtitle said they. But I don't know, like Nazeko Koni is much more like open-ended, right? It doesn't specify someone. And in this context, it could have meant the group or someone specific. I don't know. The plot thickens, but that still wasn't much. Okay. I can't believe how long the recap was at the beginning for this one. Otherwise, like, you know, this case I feel like is good on paper, right? The story, the twist, the characters. But, you know, I've never really complained about it before, but this is probably like the worst presentation they've ever had for the anime. And I'm talking about just the amount of, like, you know, padding recapping they've had. It was really, really bad. And it makes it, like, you know, hard to enjoy the rest because, again, like, so much recapping in between. That was really something. I can only pray that they got real backlash for this and that doesn't happen again. Ooh. Oh. And they're showing them three. Okay, well, that's not really a twist. I mean, I guess it wasn't revealed, but I said since the beginning, that only makes sense. Because if he was not working for Vermars, he would have already done something. But since we know Vermars, you know, has been like naturally following orders and more into monitoring them than actually taking care of them, that makes sense that he's working under Vermars, and that's why he hasn't acted despite, you know, he should know everything by now. That explains that. Even though I feel like that's not really a twist. But yeah, obviously, like, I've posed on the final image now, where, you know, all three of them have, like, something to their ear. So it's kind of like, are the other two involved in any kind of way? I mean, she said Bourbon, and we know who Bourbon is. So why are they trolling me by showing the other two? Wait, let me rewind to the part I said I would rewind to. Where is it? Nazeko Koni. And it looks like he was looking at Seda. And again, he did react earlier to Seda's name, I guess. I don't know. I won't lie, I'm kind of disappointed. This doesn't answer much of anything. Like, confirm the obvious that Bourbon is working with Vermars rather than the organization overall. And, yeah, okay. As I said, I don't like to complain all the time, but I'd rather be honest about what I'm feeling, and yeah. I'm not very satisfied. Not only with, like, how little we got, I mean, sure, we got cool new characters like Seda and Amuro, but so little context. And, yeah, this case was good on paper, but in execution, because of the way the anime kind of, like, structured everything, with the insane amount of recapping and padding, that was kind of off. Be it as a regular case or a black organization case. Okay, well, that's my take. Tell me what you think. Not super happy with this, but as I always say, no matter how much I complain, unless it gets really, like, consistently bad or something, don't worry. I'm still enjoying it, you know. Kind of like we just watched the movie last time and the movie was great. So, you know, with something as long as this, it's bound to happen that there's gonna be a lot of mistakes, moments that aren't as good, you know. That's just how it goes, but yeah, I don't know. This was definitely a step down. Yeah. It is kind of like part of the issue with, you know, the long-running anime that just don't want to just take a break, you know, rather than like a filler episode and recap scenes and all that. I mean, you know, they don't want to be part of the seasonal anime formula, even though it would be so beneficial for quality. Yeah. Anyway, that will be it for today. We watched a good batch of episodes. A bit mixed, as I said. I did really enjoy the twin case, though that was a good one. The first love case was fine. So next time we have what? Won't Forgive Everyone 1 Minute Meter, and then a 3-episode The Life-Threatening Broadcast of Love, and then movie 16. I might try to do both next week. Yeah, I think so. I'll try to do both. Well, both. The episode plus the movie. Anyway, that will be it for today. Tell me what you think as always. Sorry if I annoy by complaining too much. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys next time. ちゃんとログよろしくお願いします。See you.